Organic social media content will be the future. In this industry today, there's millions of people posting content on social media. However, not all of them are efficiency. There are so many posts I've seen around that just not getting the right attention, not putting in enough effort, not getting the quality, and not reaching the right people. So in terms of organic social media content, it's so important for us, buyer, seller, real estate agent, anyone that involved in this business or this industry. I mean, you obviously need somewhere to live. So I'm assuming you gotta know organic social media content. You gotta know how it works and what are the benefit of it. So for example, if you were a seller, you're asking an agent to sell a house for you. Will you really want an agent that will just randomly advertise, spending a lot of money on ads, looking, chasing random people that might not even be a potential buyer or that they no one knows them, Because in organic social media, it's really important about building up the brand. If people know you, they will follow you. They know what type of houses, resource that you could provide for them. And when they simply want something, they will look for you. And simply that's how the algorithm works because it's just like TikTok. You follow a certain people, you follow a certain type of content, you will constantly see those content over and over again because they want to keep you on the platform as long as possible. And which why organic is so important because it's literally free nowadays. All you gotta do is spend your time, film the content, and put it on those social media platforms. And there's so much brilliant of opportunity because imagine an ad, it only run a certain time, right? You only have a certain limited amount of time, a duration for the ad. For example, maybe like a 5 days or certain day for a certain amount of budget, whether you get like a pay per click or certain amount of exposure. But organic is different. The key thing in here is organic. It could reach so many people that you might not even know, non-follower, and without taking a single dollar, but just your time of making up the content. Not just that, it essentially build up your personal brand as well as your business brand. And if you were a seller, I suggest you choose an agent that could do social organic content rather than someone that spends so much money on advertising. Because if you simply think about it, the money they use on and the time of an agent spending a lot of time building up their brand, they have so much certain amount of follower that will watch their content. There's so many people that will check out their work and their stuff of what they do and what they post and their houses. They have their own community that they build up. So they obviously have a lot of people engaging and they got a lot of people that know they work at a certain place. For example, me personally, I do San Diego housing market. So all my content is going to be related to San Diego. So I simply build up my brand. And whenever people that come to me, they know I'm selling houses in San Diego. They come on my social media content, they go on my Instagram account, they will know I'm selling houses in this location specifically, and they will want to keep up to date and follow me because if I keep posting more organic content that they see over time, that they won't even feel like it's a spam because sometimes don't you hate it when you see an ad, you just gotta skip ads, skip ads, skip ads because they're not targeting the right person and it's simply wasting time as well. And which why organic is so important. And once you understand the algorithm, you figure out how you get more exposure and following the trend. Believe it or not, with organic, you could actually reach out to more people than someone in pay. This is actually demonstrated in my previous business I've done in selling clothes. When I did organic, I realized the people I reach are actually more interested and motivated because organic is simply people, when people see your stuff organically, when I'm talking about organic, complete free, it's because they're interested in that thing. So that means you have motivated buyer that were willing to buy those houses, maybe potential if it meet their criteria by simply seeing organic social rather than someone that is being paid to pop up in front of their face. Because there's gonna be a different way of a pay ad show up compared to organic. In a way of organic ads showing up on different platform, it just gives you a different vibe. You know, when you're scrolling through, it feel like a regular video, but an ad, it has so much purpose, and it's like a hard selling video that leads you into like a super uncomfortable stage, you know, and which why you have to utilize organic and understand this, whether you're buyer or seller, so you know what your agent is really doing and how your agent could improve your listing or even sell it faster, better, having more interaction with organic. Content is king. You don't want to just to have your, if you were ever listing your property, you don't want to just have your property listed, either just stay on Zillow or Redfin or just simply sitting on the MLS with a picture or like a 3D tour. You want to have more content within that property, because certain platforms, they won't let you post all that stuff on the platform. For example, Zillow, I know you have 3D tour, you have like a picture or like a site map of the place, so like a floor plan, right? But there's some detail that you might not have. It's so important that if we could include storytelling when it comes down to selling your property, believe it or not, I will guarantee that your property will sell better than any property that's just sitting there on MLS. People buy a certain thing because of the story behind it, because of the brand behind it. They don't just buy it for no reason. For example, if I really like this house, I'll buy it for a certain reason. My personal own family, we bought a house because there was a pond in the backyard. We simply fell in love with a huge backyard with a pond. There was fish in it, and then there's a lot of place we could make plant and trees. We fell in love with a certain feature that we could not see on the MLS or personal eye. And when an owner is selling their houses, they've been living there over years and years. So they know every single feature about the house, and you start simply turn those features into an content with the homeowner, or you collab with them, or you point it out for them if they don't want to be on camera. It's so simple that you have to learn to how to utilize this organic social and then making a certain content about a certain feature. So when people see it, they're like, huh, this building is actually more unique and different than every other building. And I can't say this for it's for anyone or everyone, because it's hard if you learn from the basic, from ground of social media marketing and organic content to build up your follower base and build up your community. But trust me, the reward or result is gonna worth it. And believe it or not, like even as a younger agent right now, I barely hop in the industry, but I see so much potential in organic social media that you could do with real estate. Just because you're in real estate doesn't mean you have to sell real estate to make money. You could help out people promote their property, do organic media, and promote your own brand within the real estate field. Real estate could be just a topic itself. You don't have to go straight all into just selling houses. Like, you know, if you were ever in commercial real estate, you got people that do finance, marketing, do analysts. You got people that actually construction team, architecture, and then engineer. There's so many different roles that you could join and jump in and do, rather just one. So don't limit your box and open up your thinking, and then actually look for more and more content to create, because content is the king. You simply create content over time. People could see it 24/7 anytime. Even you could see content from 10,000 years ago. That's so brilliant about internet. You get to see stuff from over time that is like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. There's so much stuff out there on the internet that you could go back and browse and see. For example, if I were making a home tour of this home, and it may be like what, 20 year, 10 year later, the original home buyer come back to me. Now he becoming a home seller. But guess what? I could have story to tell. I could pull back on the video I filmed back them about this home tour and talk about the historical of this property and how much effort the homeowner put in to make the changes of this property. So what they added, what's new. People like to hear story. You want to sell a story, not the property. You want to get people into actually wanting this thing so bad. Like, for example, luxury goods. Everyone want them. But are they really selling a luxury good because they're rep out there? They're exact the same thing. The replica, the story, the luxury good, they're selling the brand and their story behind it. People buy it because it's prestigious and because of the brand and the story behind it. And that's a king of organic social media. Coca-Cola or Coca-Cola or well, a Coke. They don't need a or a Coca-Cola basically. They don't need to spend that much money on marketing because they simply understand the fact that they need to build up the brand and the story behind it. So if you think of a Coke as in property and you were trying to sell this, will you just put it out there on the street or on a random grocery store? You think people will just randomly buy it? People buy it because they know the brand and the name. So you want to have an agent that actually build up the brand and doing the job right and helping you sell your property doing the correct way. And I'm not like trying to motivate you to sell your property or buying or any property. I want you to understand the power of organic social media and how it will really change the whole entire real estate industry. And people isn't utilizing it. I don't think it will be useful if they're not doing that. It's actually bad. It's actually harming. They're missing out a certain opportunity. And it's true that not everyone has to jump in this field, but this will be the future because look at the amount of time people spend nowadays. Time. Everyone spend time on their behind the screen way more than looking at stuff that's outside. You go to your work, you probably face a computer or a screen, or you do a physical work. You won't have much attention on other stuff. But the moment you get off, what do you get on? Your phone, right? So if you could essentially figure out the algorithm and find way and create content that is attractive, that is really entertaining, then people will constantly come back to you, build up your community, and you look through it over time. Because the amount of time people spend on a phone now, it's definitely more than time they spend on the street walking around checking out different stuff. So you have to understand content is king. The more content you create, the better you are, and the more you learn from it. And finally, engagement. I can't say how much of an engagement it is important in real estate selling. I've seen so much property on Zillow listed, but I can't find them anywhere else. And there's no engagement at all. There's not much of a socializing. People cannot talk about stuff. But we have so much platform nowadays that is open up. I haven't seen agent done it at all. For example, if I simply post a property on Instagram, this is real experience. There will be people saying that, oh, overpriced. Oh, my dream home. I love this. Or like, bad property. There's so much more entertainment and engagement going and talking about the property rather than the property that is sitting on the market over time, like months and months, and no one talk about at all, and people essentially forget about it. So you want this to pop up in everyone's eye. You want people to see this and vision it. You want attention on the a property. If you simply have more attention on a property, that means you have more traffic generated. And simply with organic social media, with the traffic you generate, you constantly have more attention that is coming back, checking it out because you're showing different property every time. You're working with different people every time. And people can see who you are. And it's so important nowadays to build up your brand, especially with the new National Association Realtor rule coming out where buyers are not like guaranteed with a paycheck because simply now you have to prove your value and you have to prove your worth. You don't just simply go up, open a door, and then make a sale. So it's so important to build up your brand using organic social and not paying a single dollar. You first help the homeowner save money. Next, you promote your brand better because you're getting people that who are truly in love with your content and will willing to check out more of your content. And lastly, supply and demand. I just don't think there's enough supply right now. There is supply of people posting social media content, but like pay ad and everything, and they're not as efficient. And the efficiency isn't good. People are simply posting low quality and then not spending as much time and effort in it. If someone just maximize posting social media, spend more time and effort on this, trust me, the property will do better than how it is. And storytelling will change the game of real estate. Because whenever you do sales, anything, it's all about that storytelling. It's all about the emotion. And which why organic social could help you do the job because it's free nowadays. Anyone could do this. You could start up with no budget, just your time. All you need is your phone. Click that button, start recording, start putting out content, start getting people to know you, start having interaction, start building up engagement within your community. Because the fact that Zillow, you can't communicate with any other home buyer at all. You could only communicate directly agent to buyer. And that's a bad part about it. It's great at the same time you're servicing someone, but isn't it better when you have more people that to talk around like a group project? You could talk more out of it. You have negotiation. You could talk about, should I invest in this property or should I invest in that property? And you have your community and group, which is why a lot of people have been building up Facebook group because it's working out, and it's the way to do it. And there's why so many social media app are getting everyone's attention, because people like to socialize and talk to different people. You get to meet people from all across the world just over a phone in a short amount of seconds. And how powerful that is. Imagine you're selling your home and you could imaginally, organically reach someone from a whole different foreign country and they want to move here to you. That is open up so many business opportunity rather than just a local market itself. So trust me, start doing organic social media content, and believe it or not, real estate industry will change forever with this organic social media content. Start posting, and I'll see you on the next one.